Namaste दोस्तों, welcome back to the channel KJST. On 4th May 2025 at 9 am, we shall discuss about the top 5 burning topics in the steel industry for 2025 and their explanation in brief. How and when should we start construction, erection and commissioning activities at site, and we shall start our next episode number 4. It's on bill submission and processing under PM Saga under series number 2. Let's get right into it. Okay, computer ji, my darling, let's display our first question on the screen. Question number 1.
What are the top 5 burning topics in steel industry and its brief description?
So 5 most burning topics are green steel and decarbonization, scrap metal supply and recycling, geopolitical impacts and trade tensions, digitalization and smart manufacturing, demand uncertainty in the key sectors. Over and above these 5 topics, we are going to discuss about the cost reduction for the steel plant. Very simple ways. Green steel and decarbonization. First, let's talk about green steel. Steel production is a big CO2 emitter, and the industry is under massive pressure to go greener. Technologies like hydrogen-based DRI, electric arc furnaces, and carbon capture are leading the way out of many other options. Government and its investors are keeping a very close eye on this shift. My take is carbon capture and utilization. We have already discussed about this topic and its link is in the comment section. The next most is scrap metal supply and recycling. Scrap is the new gold. As more steel is made using EAFs, the demand of high quality scrap is soaring. But the global scrap market is facing the price pressure, availability challenges, and even trade restrictions. However, with respect to India, we have no need to worry about this, as India has abundant iron ore and it's best to produce the desired quality because we are using the virgin ore. And in case of scrap, there is a lot of impurities which we need to address during the steel making. Third one is the geopolitical impact and the trade tensions. If we go from US to Russia, Ukraine, US tariffs and our own tensions with China and other neighboring countries, these events are disrupting the steel flows, pricing and the entire supply chain across the globe. However, with respect to India, we need to worry about dumping from China in any form. India is a big market for steel. We have our own iron ore, world coking coal prices are reducing, and over and above all, we are self-sufficient in case of production as well as in case of the consumption. So, India market is not going to get impacted by these tensions. There could be slight sparks sometime, but there will not be a long-term impact. Digitalization and smart manufacturing. Fourth is the age of smart mills. AI, IoT, predictive analytics, they all are big used to boost efficiency, reduce downtime, and stay competitive in the tough market. Steel plants that digitize are gaining a major edge. We have already made many videos on this, so we will not go in detail. Their links you can see in the comment section below. However, with respect to India, we need to work on this, and Indian steel entrepreneurs need to support startup to develop, and this startup will help the steel industries in future. Why I am saying that? Because as an entrepreneur, anyone can think of it that these softwares, these technologies are available in China and we can go and directly buy that. Why should we spend money on the research or making a proof of concept? So being an entrepreneur, that thought could be right, but however, you need to think about it. Like if you are taking a software from China, it will be ready-made. There is no need to do any experiments and all that. But we know our relationship as a country with China, and in future, if there is any tension, your software will always be under their control. Any person who is a software writer, he can write down any lines, some lines in the software in such a way that he can get into the software at any time and disrupt it. So, one way you are encouraging the Indian entrepreneur, other way you are taking safety for your future. Third, the way steel industries are asking help from the government for the anti-dumping duty, etc. In India also, the entrepreneurs are seeking the help from the steel entrepreneur. Those are manufacturing the steel so that they can grow and further help you to grow. Anyway, going ahead, fifth topic is the demand uncertainty in the key sectors. Steel demand relies heavily on the construction, automotive and infrastructure, but with shaky economics in China and the US and the Europe, forecasting future demand is trickier and even leading to a lot of volatility. Present economy we cannot study standalone as India. All economics in the world are interconnected. Each and every country has its own strength. Like China is good in the manufacturing, India is good in the servicing, USA in management. So for setup, we need, our hands are tied up. No country is having all the natural resources. So we have to think globally whenever we are talking about the economics. Over and above all, main is production of the low-cost steel. If we can produce the low-cost steel, we can compete anywhere in the market. Maybe whatever dumping is happening, we are able to take care of it. For few examples are as like working habits, cleanliness. Our mentality is taking environment as a free of cost. We have treated the environment as a free resource, assuming endless access without cost. We don't understand the value of person working in this environment. We only think the mandate cost of person working and investment for making the steel automated and clean. I appreciate where the new generation are taking the charge and they are very serious about the environment control. I recommend to the Indian Central Pollution Control Board, CPCB, to insist and prepare a consolidated environment equipment plan in one sheet and to approve that environment control sheet while granting the environment clearances. Environmental control sheet must show all plant environment control equipment to link with the end solution. For example, we have installed 100 dedusting system, then solution must show what are we doing with the dust we have collected. Similarly, if we are capturing the CO2 in some of the plant, then what are we doing with this captured CO2? We have installed desulfurization system. What are we doing with that sulfur which we have taken off? It's not only will help the environment, it will help our employees, workers, and it will further help to reduce the operation cost, minimum by 10%. Means additional 10% profit with additional bonus of happy worker, employee and long life of equipment installed at no cost. So next key of improvement is automation. Please write in comment which one is better. Option 1, we are getting the information on real-time basis. Just think that you get the notification of every valuable information in advance that it is going to happen, and our advice is to take action, say XYZ. I'm giving you an example that okay, with the present trend of coke feed in the blast furnace, the coke rate is going to increase, and the expected reason is the more moisture in the coke. Similarly, say a pump operator gets a notification that pump is going to trip because its current is increasing gradually. So there could be some friction in the bearings and which may impact us in the later stage. So any kind of programming is possible with the advanced notification, or we get a message in the morning that okay, plant got tripped because the bearing temperature was higher. This pump insisted the plant to trip, bearing got damaged, and we don't have the bearing in spare, and this plant will be under shutdown till we import that bearing. Which option is better? So we need to think about it, mention in the comment and plan accordingly. If we want to have a deeper dive any of this area, put a comment. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell for more updates. Our second question, Computer ji, let's put up the question number 2 on the screen. It's going to be on project management.
How and when should we start construction, erection and commissioning activities at site?
Just sharing a quick thought to have a kick-off brainstorming. Why I'm saying kick-off brainstorming? Because every site may have a different conditions. We should prepare a checklist, and this checklist should be discussed in a group, and you can modify this on the basis of your requirement. I'm just telling you that this checklist should answer on how and when should we begin construction, erection and commissioning activity. Brainstorming is the purpose that team should discuss the information and can develop the checklist suitable for their plan. Let's break it down and make sure we all are on the same page before the real work begins. Why we need a checklist? Before anything starts on site, we need to complete a checklist called the list of deliverables. I am sharing few thoughts what question we should ask. Is all our materials, machines and workers ready for every part of the job we are about to start? Suppose if we are starting of an accumulator erection, we must ask that material is available, machine is available, workers are available. If we are starting the civil construction activity, related machinery and related manpower, is it available? Have all quality checks been done? Whatever the machines and material we are going to use, have we done all the quality check on that? We should have a clear-cut report on it. Say for example, we are discussing about equipment erection. So we need to open the boxes, or the boxes are already opened and we have gone through the checklist that all the materials with respect to packaged item is available in this. Similarly, the machine if we are taking for erection, is that machine suitable for that erection work? Is it properly checked on the safety part and on the environment part? Have we marked and prepared specific zones? If we are starting on-site work and storage, we are not wasting time moving the things around. So all the storage parts should be near to the site. If say our materials which we are going to erect is in the centralized store, we need to plan a dedicated space within the plant and shift those material there before asking the labor to start actual work. Have we collected the useful information from the technology supplier, consultant or peer group teams? That might help at this stage, and have all dispatch documents for machinery and equipment has been completed and shared with the supplier on time and with the right sign-offs. Ideally, the equipment should be ready on site around 10 days before its installation, not before or not after. So I'm saying like tentative. If some equipment needs some assembling at the site, then we should consider this before this 10 days. So suppose as we gave an example of accumulator, if we are starting the erection of accumulator, then accumulator should reach to the site say around 1 month before, because 30 days is going to take for its assembly at the site so that you can start the erection. Why it matters? The checklist might seem simple, but it's a powerful tool. It helps project managers and team leads track what's done and what is pending. It reduces the delay, rework, and confusion. And it keeps us compliant with all internal and external requirements. So yeah, it's a small step that bring big value in making sure we are ready for each phase of the project. So what do you think? Let's use this start a good conversation. Feel free to share your thoughts or add anything we might have missed in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Write it once. Write it once is just a 3-word, as powerful as we say I love you. If you love your work, everything we shall plan in such a way that we do right at once. What does mean by right at once? Means whatever we are doing, there should not be any rework, because the cost of rework in India is as good as the cost of the project. So we are investing huge money for the rework. If interested and you have any queries, and you can discuss it in detail, write down in the comment section. But I have seen in China specifically, their rework is very minimal, because their planning is so strong that whatever resources we need to do some work, they are working in fourth of that resources. We need to learn that, adapt us, and improve ourselves.
Now let's come back to PM Saga Book Series 2, Procurement and Subcontracting, and our episode number 4.
It's on how to handle bill submission and its passing for construction. Brief summary is as follows. Contractor bill passing in project management, specifically for large and industrial projects like steel plant, is very important. So let's have a deep dive into it. Contractor bill passing is crucial during project execution. Contractors often raises the claims, arguing certain works fall outside the agreed terms. To handle this, skill and specialized resources are needed to manage, analyze, and negotiate claims properly. It can be handled by the portfolio manager, program manager, your commercial manager. That's the perspective of the plant head or the project head. However, the key steps in the contract bill passing process are: external agencies we can hire to certify the construction quantity and engineering work. The contractor submits bill monthly, which are verified by the site team and external agencies before processing. Discrepancies are resolved through the claims process before final payment. In case of discrepancies, please understand the contract, analyze and prepare the conclusion, scenario analysis and negotiation, arbitration and delivery. All this point we are going to discuss in detail in our next video, and that will be the end of procurement and subcontracting series. So final thoughts, what would I like to say? Good contract management ensures project success by avoiding unnecessary payouts, maintaining project timelines, and safeguarding the client's interest. Strong documentation, clear communication, and proactive claim management approach are very critical. Sitting on the bills, delaying the bills without any answer to the contractor will demoralize the contractor, and that's also a loss because the skill manpower availability in India is also a main bottleneck. So let's wrap up the quick summary on the contract management. If you would like to have a deeper breakdowns on the claims negotiation tactics or bill processing flow, let's know in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more project management insights. Catch you next time. Thank you. Thank you, friends. Thank you, everyone.